What's up, y'all? Real quick, I wanted to touch on the NFL deal with Jay-Z. Generally try to ignore these things, these current events that people get caught up talking to, but when it comes to something like genocide, it's time to kind of speak up. You know, we all have a responsibility to make sure that really bad things don't happen on the planet. So that first things first, remember that the Colin Kaepernick protest, the kneeling in the NFL was a protest of genocide. It was a protest of police killing unarmed people. So keep that in mind. So for Jay-Z to have this deal or whatever, obviously disappointing to a lot of people who are, focused on the whole situation. But his approach in trying to segue his deal with the NFL into the protest, like the result of the protest or the logical continuation or the logical next step after the protest, is completely disingenuous. And I feel like anybody who falls for that is really not intelligent enough to really be a part of the conversation. Jay-Z's deal with the NFL, halftime shows, music, all that stuff has nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick's political protest. And that needs to be understood, it needs to be said. A lot of people are missing it, so I made this video. I try not to be political, or try to be, less political or whatever, because it's like an easy way to alienate a lot of people. But this needs to be said. Kaepernick's protest was political, it's super important because he's talking about genocide. Jay-Z made a deal for music, all right, for entertainment. It has nothing to do with Kaepernick. For him to try and say, this is the logical continuation, or, oh, Kaepernick kneeled, so, now I have a solution for you. Halftime shows, that's the solution to police shooting people. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And anybody who falls for that, it shouldn't really be in the conversation, not intelligent enough to be in the conversation, because it's an important conversation. You're talking about genocide, you're talking about state-sanctioned executions. It's like, fall back, all right? There's like a lot of people commenting who do not have the intelligence to comment on something this important. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're not intelligent enough, how do you know you're not intelligent enough? But just think about it. Like, fall back for a second and really think about it. I'm sure you can figure it out. If Jay-Z had just said, this is a business deal, hey, I don't really care, or, there's other people making money with the NFL, don't look at me. That's almost better, you know what I mean? That's almost like, all right, like, he made a selfish move, but at least he's being honest with us. But for him to try and like pull the protest into his deal as if like they're somehow related, that's disingenuous, it's disrespectful to the intelligence of the people of the community. One thing I want to say though is I'm not into the whole cancel culture. Somebody does something that's they shouldn't do, and then we're like done with the whole person. I'm not into that. I still think there's value with Jay-Z or whatever. Still, like some of his music, and I still think it's an important brand and that he's done good things culturally. But this thing that he did is not good. It needs to be, spoken about so we can move forward. That's basically all I have to say about that. Comment or whatever if you have a difference of opinion, or you're feeling what I'm saying, or you think I'm missing something significant. All right, peace.